Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kamarul Arifin and I'm a lecturer at UiTM Kedah Branch Campus. Okay, in this video session, I'm going to do some a review on the topic of installment purchase. So, as you can see on your screen, so this is the questions. So these questions are taken from the past semester exam papers, but I'm not sure which one. So because this is the one, the question asked by the students, and they asked me to explain on the solutions, how to come up with the answers and so on. Okay. So this is under the topic of installment purchase. So remember, under the topic of installment purchase, we discussed two methods. Okay, under the syllabus of business mathematics for UiTM, we discussed two methods. Okay, bear in mind, in this video session, I will speak in both language, English and Malay, for your understanding. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for these topics, under the topic of installment purchase, we have two methods. Okay, kita ada dua methods ya dalam tajuk installment purchase ni. So one of the methods is what we call as the based on the original balance, and the other one is based on reducing balance. Okay, kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia kita panggil sama ada berdasarkan baki asas ataupun berdasarkan baki semasa ataupun baki berkurangan. Okay, so that are the two methods that we have discussed in class respective to the topic of installment purchase. Okay, under the topic of installment purchase, under the two methods, so if you are doing the interest calculation based on the original balance, then you have to go back to unit 2, that is in simple interest, because the calculation of the interest is basically based on the simple interest formula. Okay, so kalau katakan kita punya pengiraan interest tu adalah berdasarkan kaedah yang pertama, iaitu kaedah asas, gunakan kaedah baki asas ataupun balance asas. So yang tu kita akan balik pada tajuk kita yang awal, iaitu tajuk simple interest, di mana pengiraan interest adalah berdasarkan formula simple interest. Okay, whereby if you are using the reducing balance, so then we have another method, another formula that we call as the constant ratio formula. Okay, so kalau kita gunakan kaedah reducing balance, kita akan gunakan formula yang dipanggil sebagai constant ratio formula. Okay, let's see what the question states here. So the first thing it says here, Mimi wants to purchase a water filter and she has two shops to consider. Both shops offer the same brand of water filter at cash price of 3,880 and require RM800 as a down payment. Okay, so both shops selling at the same price and require the same amount of down payment. So in this case, you have the cash price to be 3,800, and then you have the water filter down payment is 800 ringgit. Okay, so we have two shop in option here. So the first shop says that the interest rate is R%. It doesn't give you the interest rate, but just stated as R% based on the reducing balance. So we have the methods here. For shop A is reducing balance. Meanwhile, for shop B, you have 8% based on the original balance. So this is the difference between the interest rate. And basically, shop A, they have calculated the interest charge to be 939,000 ringgit 40 cent. But for shop B, you have to calculate yourself and get the value. They just give you in the form of X. The period of payment and the mode of payments are the same for both shops. So both shops have a period of payment for 5 years, and the mode is a monthly basis. Okay, so the question asks you to find the value of R and the value of X in shop A and shop B respectively, and then calculate the difference in terms of the interest charge between the shop A and shop B. And thirdly, ask you to calculate the monthly payment for both shop A and shop B. And finally, the last question asks you to make decision for Mimi. Okay, so to suggest a decision for Mimi, which shop that she should choose, and Y based on the monthly payment basis. Alright, so let's see how we can solve the problem. Okay, first of all, we identify the given information. So the first information that we have is the cash price is 3,800. So this is the cash price, and then we have the down payment for both shop is 800. So using these two, you have the balance to be 3,080 ringgit. So 3,880 minus 3,800 minus 800, you get the balance to be 3,080. Okay, and basically based on the shop A information, you have the percentage interest rate is at R%, reducing balance, and you are given the total amount of the interest and also the durations and the mode of payment. Similarly, in shop B, you are given the interest rate for 8% based on original balance, and then you have the interest amount to be just as X that you want to you have to find, and lastly the period of payment and the mode of payment are the same as shop A. Okay, let's see how we can solve the first problem, that is to find the value of R and X. Okay, to find the value of R, so in this case we are using the interest calculation. The method of interest calculation is basically based on the declining balance or reducing balance. So in order to solve for R for the interest rate, then we need to use the formula that we call as the constant ratio formula. Okay, so this is the formula that we need to use. Okay, so we have to use the constant ratio formula, and in general the constant ratio formula is given I equal to B R n plus 1 divided by 2m. So we simplify the formula for R, so we have the formula to be R equal to 2mi divided by B n plus 1. So in this case, B here refer to the balance after the deduction of the default down payment, and will be the number of payment, the total number of payments. So in order to find n over here, so you have the payment mode is 12, that is monthly basis, and then you have the duration to be 5 years. So you multiply 12 with 5, you get 60. So that is the number of payment. So on the numerator you have 2mi, so I is basically the interest that is given by earlier, that is 934.40. okay, 934.40, and then value of M here, nilai M ni adalah nilai berdasarkan dia punya mode of payment. So in this case M is equal to 12 because it's a monthly basis. So nilai M ni bergantung kepada mode of payment dia, sama ada monthly, daily, weekly ataupun selainnya. So kalau dia dalam bentuk monthly, maknanya nilai M akan mengambil nilai 12. Tapi kalau katakan dia dalam bentuk weekly basis, maka nilai M akan mengambil nilai 52 in this case. Okay. Okay, so having all this information, so you know that all the values for M, I, B and M, so you substitute dalam formula tersebut. So gantikan 2, and then M sama dengan 12, I sama dengan 939.4, and then B 3080, N sama dengan 60 tambah 1. So solving for this formula, okay, evaluate this formula, you get the interest rate to be 0.12, or simply equal to 12%. So that means the interest rate offered by charged by shop A is at 12%. Okay, so that is the first one. And then the second one asks you to find the value of X, that is the amount of interest for shop B. So in this case we have to use the simple interest formula, because the interest 8% here is basically based on the original balance. So bila gunakan original balance, so kita patah balik kepada tajuk unit yang kedua, iaitu unit simple interest, di mana pengiraan interest adalah berdasarkan formula simple interest. So untuk dapatkan nilai I, so kita gunakan formula simple interest, I is equal to PRT. So substitute P with 3,080 ringgit. So P kat dia, so P ni kita P kat sini kalau dalam simple interest is a principal. but in this situation P here refer to the balance. Okay, same thing. Okay, so the balance, so you can also replace this with BRT, it doesn't matter. It's okay to do that, okay, for this chapter, okay, for this unit installment purchase. So you substitute P with 3080, and then you have the interest rate given at 8%, so 0.08, and then the time here will be in the form of years, so you have 5 years over here. Okay, so T is equal to 5, so substitute that of everything and evaluate this value. So you get the answers to be X is equal to RM 1232 ringgit. Okay, so that is for the first part. The second part asks you to find the difference between the interest amount. So in this case you have found that the interest amount for shop B is 1232, and for shop A the interest rate is the interest amount has been given to you 939.40. so calculating the difference here, you get the difference to be 292 ringgit and 60 cent. Okay, so that is for the second part. And then the third part asks you to calculate the monthly payment for both shops. So to calculate the monthly payment for both shops, what you need to do is to use the formula. R is referring to the monthly payment or the predict payment, equal to B plus I divided by N, where B is the balance and I is the interest amount, divided by N will be the number of payment. So substituting the correct value into the formula for shop A, so you have 3080 plus 939.4 divided by 60. You have the monthly payment for the first one to be for A is equal to 66 ringgit and 99 cents. Okay, you have 66 ringgit and 99 cents over here. Okay, so that is the situation. Okay, and then so that is the first one. Let me just align this thing. Okay, and then for shop B, we do the same thing, but right now we are replacing the value of the interest with 1232. Okay, 1232 that we have just found just now in part A1. Okay, so substituting the values and we calculate the amount, you get the monthly payment for shop B is equal to RM 71 ringgit and 87 cent. So that is the monthly payment for shop B. So shop A monthly payment is 66 ringgit 0.99 cents, and for shop B the monthly payment will be 71 ringgit and 0.87 cent. Okay, itu adalah nilai bagi monthly payment untuk A dan B. Gunakan formula yang sama, cuma perbezaan kat sini adalah nilai interest dia adalah berbeza. So bila calculate ni kita akan dapatlah jawapan yang di bawah ni. And then lastly, the question asks you to decide, so give a suggestions to Mimi, which shop should Mimi choose. Okay, and it asks you to choose basically based on the monthly payment. So in this case, when we compare the monthly payment, of course you want the lower monthly payment, so that's why in this case Mimi should choose shop A. Why? Because it has a lower monthly payment. Okay, so that is the decision that we should suggest to Mimi. Okay, so if you want to make decision based on the monthly payments, so you will be looking for the lower value. Okay, because this one is you are taking a loan. Okay, however, if you are doing some investment, okay, let's say if you you can also compare the decision with to make the decision basically based on the interest. Okay, if you are taking a loan, so of course you want the lower interest. Okay, that is also given by here. If you compare using the interest also, the decision will be shop A. Okay, so that is the situation. However, in other case, let's say you are taking a loan. Okay, you are taking a loan and then you want to okay, you are taking a loan, same situation, you will have to consider the one that giving you that charge you a lower interest. Okay, But if you are doing some investment, don't choose for a lower interest return. Always refer to the situation. All right, so if you're taking the loan, you want a lower interest amount. Okay, but if you are doing some investment, you want a higher return, so that means your decision will be based on a higher return. If you are looking at the interest amount, choose for the higher interest amount. So that is in the case of investment. Okay, so bear in mind on the situation given in the questions. All right, so that's it for the explanation on this part. Okay, hopefully this review on the topic of installment purchase give you a better idea on how to solve the problems and give you a better idea on the concept of installment purchase itself. Okay, so until we meet again in the next video sessions for another tutorial or another lesson, take care. All the best to all of you. Good luck and thank you.